So, so good morning all. Myself Nazir Hussain. So today, so we are going to discuss one program called series of n bytes addition. So first of all, before executing any program, we should understand the logic of the program first, and then it would be very easy to analyze the program and to check the outputs, etc. So first of all, let us simply take a look at the program and what is the logic we follow here to achieve that. So it is about addition of series of n bytes. For example, if I am having a data of, so my intention is to, so this data is available in some memory location somewhere, and I want to access this data, and I want to perform addition of all these bytes. These represents a series, so I want to perform series of n bytes. So n represents the number of bytes you want to add. For this particular case, 1 2 3 4 5. So I want to add 5 bytes of data, and whatever the result I get, and that data again should be stored in the memory location. So this is the operation what we want to achieve using this program. So for this, so first of all, if it is a 2 operand addition, we can directly use 2 registers and perform addition. AL, suppose 11 and 22, we can perform, so add AL comma BL, it will give us 33 in the AL. So, but it is not the case here. Here we are having 5 bytes of data, so we don't have much registers in a microprocessor to hold n number of bytes. We can accommodate only up to 4 data. So here we have to go for the use of memory location. Why we are going for data in the memory means because of lack of registers to accommodate all sort of data. So here we need to accommodate 5 registers for this. We don't have 5 data registers to hold this data. So that's why we used to take data which is already stored in the memory, and we will write a program in a memory location, and when we execute that program will fetch the data from the memory location, and then it executes the program, and again whatever the result obtained, that will be again stored back into the memory location. So here the data is taken from the memory and it is going to be processed, and then the output result is also be stored in the memory back. This is how these programs gets executed. Now let us have a look at the program, what is the logic, and alright, see, this is the program, so we are going to execute. So this is a series of n bytes addition. So we have started with a memory location called move SA, 3000. Now what is the memory location selected for this program means using a command we have to select any memory location between 2000 to 6000, 2000 to 9000. So I have selected in this particular program a memory location of 6000 for entering this program. So in 6000 memory location we used to type all these program instructions, and then we are going to execute. Now, so what happens once the program is, so for typing the program, there you can find a difficulty at so putting up these labels. So we used to have 5 columns here. So one refers to memory address where we used to write the program, where we used to type the program, and second one is the opcode. Opcode means it is the understandable language of the processor which is equivalent to this instruction operation. So move SA, 3000, processor can be understanding this using these opcodes. And third one is label. Label is a part of a program where the control is going to be transferred depending on the condition or unconditionally also. And mnemonics represents the first part of the instruction. operands represents what are the operands involved in this, and comments what is the operation happened using this instruction. So see, all these we can directly type using keyboard. So move CL05, move AL00 and so on. But there is a part so where we used to find a problem. So if you observe this instruction, so this is called JNC, means jump if no carry label. So at this instruction what happens means we have to give the control to the other part of the program. If you see here, based on the previous result, it checks and it transfers the control from here to here. So how it do means we have to give the memory location to which we want to transfer the control. For example, if you see, so JNC label, if you type JNC label in the kit, it shows us error, invalid mnemonic. Why? Because label is just for understanding purpose for us, but for the processor we have to give memory location to which the control has to be transferred. For example, where is this label available? It is here. What is the memory location? It is having 6011. So here you have to, while typing the program, we need to give JNC label, means JNC 6011 we have to give here. And since the program control is transferring in the forward side, means as a memory is going to be increased, it is forward jump, we can say forward control transfer. So for forward control transfer, so you may say that, sir, we don't know the location where it is going to be transferred as we are here itself. So in such cases, so first give a temporary memory location greater than the current location. For example, it is right now it is at 6000 D. So you just give 6000 F or 6012, 6013 so that the program continues. And later once you come at this instruction and you can able to know where this instruction or label is located in the program, and then you can re-edit the program and remove this fake or temporary address, and you can put the exact address of the location where the control is to be transferred. So I'll also explain this while executing the program also. And similarly, so there is another one is a loop back. So where is the label back? It is a reverse transfer, means program control is going to be transferred in a reverse direction. So as already the instruction is already typed, so we used to get the memory location, and there here also we used to write loop 6009. So loop, jump, whatever the transfer, control transfer instructions are there, for that we have to give the memory location where the control has to be transferred. Now let us execute this program and see how it works. Now, so I have already selected a memory location of 6000H for this program. So how to see the program? So the command is capital A, so capital A space 6000, enter. So now you can see the entire program is already typed here. So what is the first instruction? We have move SI, 3000. It is nothing but the SI register is loaded with a 3000 value. So move CL05. How many bytes we want to add is 5 bytes. So CL is the count register. And move AL00, BL00. It makes AL and BL registers 0. And now move DLSI. So why here this DI and SI is used? Nothing bad. As we know that, so we are going to store this data in the memory and we are going to access this. So the memory location for storing this input data is selected as 3000 using this instruction move SI, 3000. So in 3000 we are going to load this data 11, 3001, 22, 3002, 33, 3004, 44 and 3005, 55. So this is how we load input data. Why? Because in this program we are using memory accessing for accessing the input data, and we used to perform addition over this data, and also this result has to be again stored back in the memory location after the input data. This is the actual logic. So for accessing this, we need to write this instruction called move dl comma si. So move add al dl. Now J and B, as I already said, we have to give the location to which the control has to be transferred. Increment BL, increment SI, loop again where the control has to be transferred. This is reverse one, reverse control transfer or reverse jump you can say. So loop space that particular memory location to be given, and the result is to be stored in back into the memory. Move SI comma AL in brackets, and if any additional carry is there, so that can also be added. So int 03, this is the stopping of the program. So after typing this program, so we cannot directly go for execution. Why? Because we have not yet given the inputs for this program. So why? Because the inputs are stored in memory. So what is the memory location selected for giving inputs is, you can see here the first instruction. So move SA comma 3000. In 3000 location we have given input. So let us go and provide inputs at the 3000 locations. So how to edit data or how to provide data in a memory location, that can be done using a S command. S space 3000 is the location where we want to provide data. Enter. So it is already mentioned here, the previous value which is stored in that memory location is shown here. What I want is new data is 11. So I want to give 11, and you need to press comma for giving a second input. So 11, 22, 33, 44, 50, 55. After giving these inputs, you just press reset. Now you have to execute the program using G command. Once you execute that, it will take inputs from 3000 memory location and executes the program, and the result is going to be stored in the memory location back. Now let us execute this program. How to execute? Using G command. G space starting address of the program where you have typed. So it is 6000H. So press enter. It will execute and it will display all the contents of the registers. But where you need to check the result is, so since you have written, the result has to be stored in SI. Means after the inputs, whatever the result obtained in AL register, that has to be restored into the memory locations. Now how to check the memory locations back? So just after executing, go for checking the memory location data. So S space 3000 where we have given inputs. After inputs, output should be there. So 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. After this, the result of this is FF. So what is this FF? See the addition of this. So 5, 9, 12, 14, 15. So 15 is nothing but F in hexadecimal. Again here F in hexadecimal. The result is actually FF. So the same result is stored in the memory location. So this is how we used to go for addition of series of n bytes. And so if we go for program logical analysis, how it is happening. So just see. So in 3000 memory location we have given 11. So the registers we are using are, so AL, so BL and DL registers. So first what we have done is we made AL and BL 00 initially. Now what is this DL? So we are having an instruction called move DL comma SI. What it makes means it takes data from the memory location of SI. So SI is nothing but 3000. When bracket is represented for any register, that represents address, means memory location 3000. So now DL, after execution of this instruction, DL will have 1 1. So after taking this DL, what we have written is add, so AL comma DL. Now what this instruction do means it adds the data available in DL with the data available in AL. So initially AL is 0 0. Now DL is getting added. What happens to AL? AL becomes, so 0 0 plus 1 1, AL equals to 1 1. Now after this, what we want to add is the next byte data. So for that you have to increment the address. So for that case, after executing this, we have written, so increment SI. So what happens, the increment will happen in the memory location, means to access the next byte data. And there is a condition called JNC. So if any carry exists in this addition operation, then that carry will be indicated in the register BL as a 0 1. If there is no carry, this instruction A won't work. Now after incrementing this SI, we want to perform again addition of AL and DL, means 11 and 22 should be added. So already AL is having 11. Now after this I will repeat the same operation using loop. What happens now? Again if I go for move AL DL comma SI, now SI will be 3001. Now DL will have, in the second iteration, DL will have 22. Again add AL DL will happen. So already AL is having 11 and DL is 22. Now the latest value of AL will be 33. So in this way, all the 5 bytes of the data, input data, gets added and FF result will be produced. If any carry is given, that carry will be given mentioned in 0 1 as BL, and this is also stored in the memory location, so 3007. So here if you find any carry, that carry will be located here. So this is about a series of n bytes addition. So hope you understand. So please try to watch the video and try to understand what is the logic and how to execute the program, so that you don't find any difficulty while doing practical lab sessions. And share this video among your friends. Thank you. So similarly, so we can also do word addition also, series of n words. For example, I want to add 1111, 2222, 3333. Like suppose I want to add these 3 words. So the same program can be modified for a word format by using registers AX, BX, DX. And for a byte data, if you want to access next byte, you can increment the address only by 1. Suppose if you are accessing word, that means your 3000 location will have 11, 11, 22, 22, 33, 33. So if this data is added with this one, then the increment should happen for 2 times here, since we are accessing word. So here also increment SI should be done for 2 times. So the rest of our entire logic is same. So, thank you. Now, so the same series of addition of n words. So what is the difference between the previous program and this one? You can easily identify here. Here we have used 16-bit registers. I have taken the same memory location 6000. So move SI 3000, CL5. Now here instead of BL I have taken BX. Instead of AL, AX, and I am accessing a word data from memory, so I have used a DX. And add AX, DX, JNC, so increment BX, and instead of 1 increment, we are using 2 increments of SI here. So rest of the entire logic is same. So how do we check the outputs for words? So for giving inputs in term of words, we have already set this command SW space memory location for giving data. So here we can access the memory location in terms of word. So we can provide a word data directly 1111. Next data can be given by pressing comma 2222, 3333, 4444, 5555. After giving inputs, press enter and reset. Just execute the program using G command, G space, starting address of the program, enter. Program will be executed. Where we need to check the result? We need to check the result in the memory locations, right? Press reset on the kit, go for SW3000, enter. Now after these inputs, we need to find the output. So this is the output in terms of series of n words addition. Any carry if exists, that will be displayed in the next location. So that's it about series of n bytes and n words addition. So thank you.